Broadcast live.
My number one. So, there's certain people who I've always said on the list. I say, as long as this motherfuckers record a song, they making the list. You know, like one is Maraza, one is Rouge, the other is Zakwe, and my number one is, you know, YoungstaCpt.
Man, I've been hustling and I've been struggling, but I swear to God that shit is so humbling. I don't depend on no help from the government. They let their pockets grow while we also.
Aware, this is YoungstaCpt, YoungstaCpt, about to break down the first verse of Better Than Money, as deemed verse of the month by the one and only Stogie T. This is Behind the Bars. Salutas. So, Better Than Money. I mean, the title is quite self-explanatory. I'm saying that there are things in life that are better than money. So the first line is, man, I've been hustling and I've been struggling, but I swear to God, the shit is so humbling. I don't depend on no help from the government. They let their pockets grow while we are suffering. I'm independent and I'm really loving it. My music's starting to go where I wanted it. So like if you listen to these lines, it's quite personal. It's more or less about like my life and the current state of it and what I just see day to day, whether it's putting on the news or opening up the newspaper. You know, I'm seeing the latest and the most groundbreaking situations occurring across the world, you know, and you don't see it really changing. Things are only getting like more intense by the day, you know. So, I mean, the government let their pockets grow while we are suffering. So, you can definitely hear that there's a disconnection between the people and the ones we have placed in power. So, they need to meet us halfway, somewhere eventually. Remember the times we were stumbling, yeah, we got lost and we needed some compasses. When we was broke, we had noodles for supper, then opened the cupboards, there's little or nothing in. Boys in the hood selling drugs again till they get locked up by cops in the dungeons, and all of my brothers that's gone, I look up to them, hoping they save me a spot when I come to them. Back in high school, we were so full of trouble then, smoking my weed in the class, we was bunking it, and I was hustling. So, I mean, with those bars, I'm talking a lot about my environment, where I grew up, the guys I grew up with, and just how young and dumb we were, man, like adolescence, and that ignorance. It truly is bliss, like not knowing the consequences of your actions and not knowing where certain things could actually lead you, like the decisions that you make in life as a young person. So those kind of things, it really influenced my music, because if you listen to my music, it comes from a place where you're still trying to find yourself. I don't know everything. I'm not like the perfect specimen. I'm not the best example. I'm not the best role model. So like, it's still a guy who's on the journey figuring out life like everybody else. I mean, when we was broke, we had noodles for supper, then that's a true story. Like, when my mother was unemployed, that's what we had to resort to. And it's not like something I'm ashamed of, or like, oh, I don't feel good about saying something like that. That's the truth. I can't paint it for you any other way, because that's what happened. So if I were to say we had something else for supper that was better than noodles, I'd be lying to you, and I never ever want to lie in my music. It's something I pride myself on. So the following lines was, yeah, I was hustling up in the streets, all my homies belonged to the numbers, and I was so innocent, I saw so much with them, all of their pain and emotion was crumbling. Look at the pills and they're probably crushing it. So I mean, yeah, once again, we're going deeper into the environment that I come from. I'm talking about the guys that I was associating myself with at the time, who I still see to this day, and we're still friends. And the kind of lifestyle that they lived and the kind of lifestyle that I wanted to live was two very different things. The road that they were going down only had like two endings, and that's prison and the graveyard. And the road I saw myself traveling was like legendary and iconic, and being a pioneer and being some sort of an activist, or being like a voice for these people that I know, you know. And even the line, like, all of my brothers that's gone, I look up to them, hoping they save me a spot when I come to them. That's basically like me just hoping that all the friends of mine and the family of mine had passed away. I'm believing in an afterlife, so I'm hoping that they will be there when I get there, and they'll just save me a nice, comfy space next to them, so I'm not sitting alone by myself somewhere. Because I also think about that, like, what's going to happen after this, you know? Plan is for human destructiveness. I do not know how the planet has come to this, but we're still hustling It is too much for him. All of the pressure can feel like a ton of bricks that I am carrying. I lift it up and then put all the weight on my shoulders, my muscles big. I am discovering money is evil but everything, and it's puzzling. Sometimes I feel like I had enough of this, so this is me writing a bucket list. And for that ending, like, a lot of what I'm doing is very overbearing sometimes. Like, I'm only 25 years old, so to have the whole city of Cape Town, Kaapstad, that's why I keep wearing it every time you see me, to have a whole city and have a whole generation of colored people and have like a whole region depending on you to tell their story, and if you tell it wrong, they all get upset with you. If you tell it right, they still find something wrong with it. So like, to have all of that kind of responsibility, it's not easy. I make it look easy and I pretend that, you know, I can do it by myself and that I'm strong enough, but there's a lot of the times where I actually feel like, yo, I wish I could just like meet some white guy who could invest millions of rands into my life and I wouldn't have to worry about doing it myself, basically. Sometimes I'm also lazy, you know, sometimes I don't feel like graphing all day or being on 48 hours straight, you know what I mean, no sleep, or having to go on tour and leaving all my loved ones behind. So yes, it's a life I chose, but I also didn't think about what really comes with it in terms of work from my side. So like I said, I am discovering, you know, money is evil but everything. I need money to survive. I can't eat no papers out there, you know. So even though money grows on trees. But nevertheless, like, this is me writing my bucket list. And I'm just talking about all the things that I value more than money. So I'm sure all of us can relate. We value our family, we value our friends, we value our feelings, our passions, the thing we hold close to us. You know, it's better than money when we're doing it. Filming this right now, this is what you guys live for, you know. Me being an MC, being a hip-hop MC, that's what I live for. And those kinds of things are better than money. So this is my reward right now. Better than money, salute. Yeah, what's up? This is YoungstaCpt, YoungstaCpt, and you just saw me break down the bars to Better Than Money. 2 new mixtapes out, Kaapstad's Revenge, How to Make It in South Africa. Shout out to Slicker on Life, Behind the Bars, Stogie T, Verse of the Month, selected moi, CPT. I'm honored once again and I promise to keep them bars coming. Salute us.
Broadcast live